Hi guys, Dr. Dan Nightingale here, your clinical dementia specialist. In today's video, I'm going to complete the story of Daniel in My Dreams of Being. It's a little bit sad. You might feel a little bit sad, you might shed a tear, but that's the whole point. Okay, so here we go with chapter 4. What is that thingy-majig? The problem with having the dementia stuff is that I just can't remember anything anymore. I'm sat at the table in the dining room and I'm just looking at the thing on the plate in front of me. I just don't know what to do. Don't know how to get that stuff into my mouth. The one with the shape has phoned the doctor. It sounds as though I'm being written off. Nobody's helping me. I'm hungry, I think. Everyone's busy. The weird one has put another pill in my mouth and I just hold it there. I feel it dissolving, some of it dribbling down my chin, some down my throat. I feel sick. I'm very thirsty. I'm suddenly wheeled away to my room. I see why now. I am wet through. Don't even know about it. I couldn't see who was pushing me, but they kept making a tutting sound. Coming to a sudden halt, I hear a very disgruntled voice. They must think I have nothing better to do, loads of them to feed, and now this. It was a female voice, that I could tell. I know, when they get like that, they'd be better off kept in bed. At least we can sort them out easier. The retort was from a man. I was pushed faster now before stopping abruptly outside what must be my room. She didn't open the door, my legs did. It hurt despite having foot plates attached. The problem was the foot plates weren't supporting my feet. Instead, they were pushed back to the side, so my legs were acting as poles. The weird one arrived to help, and I was stood up, stripped naked and washed. The door was left open, and I was freezing cold. The weird one said nothing, as usual, and the other one, the woman, just huffed, puffed, and tutted every few seconds. I was manhandled into my pyjamas and laid on the bed. I was still cold, very thirsty, and I think I was hungry too. She spoke to the weird one. We'll say he wanted to stay on his bed until the doctor comes. He nodded, and they were gone. I closed my eyes. Time to dream again. Time to escape from whatever this is that I'm living. Here's the final chapter, guys. Everlasting peace. I awoke to the soft, sweet voice of Carrie. She was sat next to me on the bed holding my hand. Though my vision was quite bleary, I could just make out a tear rolling down her cheek. With all the strength I could muster, I gently squeezed her hand and looked up. I smiled. This was an inward smile, as there was no real expression on my face. Not anymore. We both knew the time for me to depart this world and enter a greater, higher plane was closing in fast. Whilst I was ready to go, I was afraid of what lay ahead. In and out of sleep I seemed to drift, but each time I opened my eyes, she was there, holding my hand. But suddenly, it wasn't Carrie. It was the only woman I had ever truly loved during my 87 years. she was looking at me. That big, beautiful smile that always made me weak at the knees, always made me give in to whatever it was she craved. For the first time in over 40 decades, I was happy, ecstatic even. I felt her soft skin as she stroked my arm. I could smell her perfume. Yes, she was wearing her favourite one. Her hair was as lovely and shiny as ever. She was still my girl, even after all these years. And now, well, now she was here to meet me, to make this journey as peaceful as it could be. I closed my eyes and drifted. I found myself in my favourite place, a place that was always special to me. I was sitting on my stone, the one that jutted out of the loch I had always loved, Loch Ness. A place I lived for a few years. I swore that this is where I wanted to be laid to rest, my ashes scattered over the serenity of this outstanding beauty. And I was there now, my love with me, as we looked across the vast expanse of this mystical, magical phenomena. I became aware of this beautiful, warm, bright light. It appeared to completely surround me. I felt such tranquility as it drew me into its never-ending glow, its warmth. Now I was smiling. I was so overwhelmed that tears rolled down my face. These were tears of joy, tears of everlasting peace. The end. Danny's story. Throughout the last few weeks, we've followed him. We've seen how he was cared for. We've seen how he wasn't cared for. We've seen the love, the connectedness, the engagement. We've seen the ignorance. We've seen the not so good care. So I'll leave it with you to think about that entire story and hopefully get some, just get some understanding of what it is like to live in a nursing home or a residential home or an assisted living. Just think about how it is for those guys that live there. And maybe if you do work in one of those communities or those facilities, just think about how you might be able to improve your practice. We can all do it. We can all improve our communication skills. We can all improve the way we engage with people. So just think about that and see what you can take for it and share it with other people. So remember, guys, that's an educational video for you, and I'm sure it's helped in some way. Take care. Enjoy the rest of the week. Remember, you can contact me via my website, drdanielnightingale.com, my email address, drdan@drdanielnightingale.com. You can comment or contact me through Instagram and Facebook. Any questions you may have, please send them. I will answer them. I answer everybody's questions. I respond all the time to everyone. So have a great week. And remember, dump the soda.